One of the other characteristics I also think that needs to be that a righteous woman needs to come with is al-hadaru min ash-shaytan. To be very careful when it comes to shaytan. And this is very important because the shayateen are not just those which we can't see. Also, the shayateen are the human beings.
Yeah.
As Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala told us in the Qur'an, شياطين الإنس والجن يوحي بعضهم إلى بعض زخرف القول غرورا ولو شاء ربك ما فعلوه فذرهم وما يحذرون. Allah mentions to us here that there is من الجنة والناس. There are shayateen which are jinn and there are shayateen which are ins. If you want your marriage to be prosperous, you need to be careful of those two shayateen. The hadith Sahih Muslim, hadith Abi Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, the Prophet told us, Inna Iblisa yab'athu sarayah. Shaitan, he sends Iblis, he sends troops. He sends delegations. He assigns roles to his army. Because Allah told us in the Qur'an, وَاسْتَفْزِزْ مَنِ اسْتَطَعْتَ مِنْهُمْ بِصَوْتِكَ وَأَجْلِبْ عَلَيْهِمْ بِخَيْلِكَ وَرَجْلِكَ وَشَارِكْهُمْ فِي الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَوْلَادِ وَعِدْهُمْ وَمَا يَعِدُهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ إِلَّا غُرُورًا. Shaitan has ownership. Shaitan has ownership with them in their wealth, in their money, in their children. So Shaitan sends, he's got soldiers he's sending. And his soldiers are sometimes foot patrol, sometimes they're riders, sometimes they're this, some the media, all of these shayateen. Yeah. People's marriage get destroyed by people. He doesn't do that for you. Say wallah, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, sister. May Allah make it easy for you. How are you even in that marriage? I'll tell you a story that shocked me, wallahi. There was an auntie in the last 10 days of Ramadan. She told me something. Ana istaghrabtu, yani. I was like, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. It's a shahr mubarak. It's a shahrun mubarak. It's a blessed month.
Yeah.
It's Ashr al-Awakhir min Ramadan. It's the last 10 days of Ramadan, where every Muslim is trying to get Laylatul Qadr. People are exerting efforts. And they're doing i'tikaf in the masjid. A sister came from back home. When the sister came from back home, she doesn't know how the system works. She doesn't know many things. So they're meeting her for the first time. A few aunties in the masjid, they're meeting her. Again, these are not women on the streets, women who are in parties and clubbing. And
these are the righteous women.
These are the women who are meant to be in the masjid helping. Yeah. What do? These sisters, they say to this sister, the new sister, who they've not seen in the area, in the neighborhood, they say to her, sister, who are you? Where are you from? She's like, oh, I'm from, I just came from this country.
Yeah.
And I'm new in the country. Oh, you're so new. Okay, how long have you been here? She told her how many years she was here. How long? Not even years. How many months she's been here. Oh. And my husband, he works here. Okay. Do you have a house? She's like, I don't know. Yeah, we live in a house. Is it council house? How is it? They ask questions. She's like, I don't know all of that. I don't understand what council house you're talking about. My husband brought me, I don't know much. Okay. What about the children? Finance? No, all of that, my husband runs it. He's got control of the finance, everything. He takes good care of us. Alhamdulillah, I'm stress-free. He does everything. Shopping, he does it. Brings everything home. For me, she said, Alhamdulillah, He said, sister, you're entitled for money. The children are entitled for money. There's money that the government gives to you and the children. Do you get that money? No. I just told you guys. He said, wallahi, sister, you're not in the real world. You're not in the real world. You don't know what's happening, sister. So what does the sister do? They talk to her about so many things. Ah, this is what happens here. This is what takes place. So the sister gives a phone call to her husband. She calls him. She says, look, a few times I've asked you for money and you said you don't have it. But I know you've got money now. It's clear to me. You work. The minimum wage is this much. The the allowance that the children get is this much. If I calculate it, you've got a lot of money. Now, what the brother did, is it right? Is it wrong? What the sister, it's not the point I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Is she entitled to ask her husband? Is she like? It's not the point. That's not my point. That's not my point. My point is, these women who are bringing the fitna to this household.
Yeah. And it's the concept that when the sister first answered the question, she said, Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik, I'm stress-free. According to her, she's got a happy marriage. Nothing's changed in her marriage. Nothing's changed. And now she's...
No, guess what happens now? It gets worse. This is what shocked me. Now the brother gets very angry. He said, who did you talk to? Shaka, I talked to these. He's like, sister, you're divorced. They ended her marriage there and then. He ended the marriage there and then. Khalas, he said, sister, it's over between me and you. And your process for the British citizenship and everything, it was in the process. I'm just going to reverse it now. You can go back where you came from. I don't need this now. If you're treading on this path. Okay, I'm not judging between who's right or wrong. I'm just saying, look, the fitna that they brought into this household. That's not only restricted to women. I need to be fair. I need to go to the men as well. A sister and a husband have something going on. They've got a nice relationship. They love one another. They care for one another. And he doesn't do much in his life unless he talks to his wife about it. He goes, honey, I'm coming this time. Honey, I'm going to be a bit late. I'm going to be running a bit late. And da, da, da. If he wants to go somewhere, he'll say to the brothers, wait, let me just tell my wife. Me and my wife, we talk about everything. So I need to basically tell her, Allahumma barik. That's a good relationship that the husband and the wife have. Someone would joke and say, he's whipped.
Yeah.
You're shaitan to that marriage now.
Because he's going to think, I have to show the brothers now, I have to change, and then he's going to upset
He's going to upset his wife.
Yeah.
He's going to upset his wife, and he's going to start saying to his wife, what are you doing? No, why do I need to tell you? My friends, they don't need to tell their wives. Ya akhi, as a Muslim, you should encourage people, mashallah, your relationship is really very, very good. I'm happy for you guys. May Allah put barak. These are shayateen now.
Whether knowingly or unknowingly.
And yes, they're shayateen to your marriage. You need to be very, very, very careful. They will destroy you. Sometimes they come in the context of, wallahi, I'm doing this for you. As shaitan did, فَقَاسَمَهُمَا إِنِّي لَكُمَا لَمِنَ النَّاصِحِينَ فَدَلَّاهُمَا بِغُرُورٍ. What did he do? He swore by Allah. إِنِّي لَكُمَا لَمِنَ النَّاصِحِينَ. I am a sincere advisor to both of you. So he comes in that form. I'm a sincere advisor. Sometimes the people who you're talking to for help, consultation sessions, might have an ulterior motive. They might have an ulterior motive. They see you at a moment where you and your husband are on bad terms, and they benefit by throwing their 2 cents in there, exacerbating the situation and make it worse than it actually really is. Yeah. The matter could be solved. It's got a place to solve it from, but they're exacerbating it. They are throwing more into it. And now, to be honest, it's just, snowballed so much that it's probably hard to undo it now. The damage that's been caused. Why? Because the Qur'an that we were talking about before, you didn't go to it. إِنَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ يَهْدِي لِلَّتِي هِيَ أَقْوَمُ. That the Qur'an is the one that guides to the best of affairs. That wasn't what was gone to. You went to people who are shayateen, evil people, and they give you bad advice. They give you evil advice. And that advice will affect you, your progeny, your children's children probably, for the rest of your life or their life.